Okay. I am Lonnie Horn, proud owner of World Class Faders Barbershop.
I am Tamel Pittman, proud owner of Uppercuts Barbershop, and together with ICE and with everybody that supports our movement, we are the United Barbers Club.
Yes.
That's what's up. That's what's
another
up.
thing, there's cameras everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
No, that's fine. You know what I was gonna say? What I love about this union right here.
Talk to us.
You from your brand barbershop. You from your brand barbershop. That's classic.
Thank you. And I want to tell you something. For you to... Yeah, there she go. We get started already.
I had to do it.
I knew it was coming.
I love it.
I had to do it because you said don't do it.
I already knew it.
You know,
We
it's
know
like
we-
when you tell that kid,
tell
don't do
nobody.
that. We got to do it.
We know who we messing with now too. I seen it in your. I was looking through them glasses. I'm an eye person. When she asked about it, I said, oh no, she gonna hit
do
that
it.
damn table.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it.
Let me tell you something. So that was so dope. I think you. If I could think back to our interviews,
only
I think you're the first one that she is that identified that and that.
Can y'all send me that? You still have that footage?
You're gonna.
No, you said the first one.
No,
we're
you're
talking
the
about
first
right
one.
now.
Oh, right
Yeah,
now?
You're the first
Oh,
one.
Really?
Hear me out. You're the first one to point out the fact, the value of this union. We're showing the power of barbering as a unity, and we feel like we're the epitome of that. Like two separate shop owners we travel the country together, we're hitting events together, we speak in schools together, we meeting people together. So thank you for acknowledging that. But we can't take away from our intro to let y'all know that we are super excited to have Ice Style Barber, aka Jackie, or vice versa, in the building. We're so proud to have you here. Meet you in person.
Thank you. I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, it's
you know
all
what I'm
love.
saying? Thank you.
Now let's get into who you are, what you about.
Who she be?
We know a little bit about you. Some people out there might know a lot more about you, but we want our audience to really get to know you. Your Ice Style, how long you been barbering, how'd you get into barbering, and how is the journey of barbering been doing for you?
Which one you want me to answer first?
I know
You
that was a
asked
lot
me
of
three
questions.
questions.
Actually, I was going to keep them going and just say, I'm done. I sit back and
I was
listen.
just going to run it down from A to Z.
Go, do you.
No.
Do you.
So, I've been a barber since, some of us got to think back a little bit further than others.
You're right.
You caught that out.
You're right.
Before, you usually have your license time and then your picked up the Clippers time.
Yeah.
Right, but I was just trying to put it all together time.
Gotcha.
So I started school in 1998. No, 1988. I quit and went back in 1998.
That's kind of like my journey.
So
91
once
and
I went back,
in 2000.
okay. So once I went back, I stayed at it, went on and graduated. So I got my license in 99, and I moved to Las Vegas in 2001. But what made me become a barber, to be honest, I never picked up a clipper in my life. I wasn't around barbering, never was the type went in barbershops with cousin, brother, uncle, any of that. Actually, I had a friend that was a barber, and I was doing some other stuff that wasn't related to barbering. I was getting good money.
Your face said a lot, boy.
Our
being
channel was
real.
very transparent and very real. Some of those moments that people can really candidly say, it may affect somebody to be like, oh, I was doing that too, or I'm doing that now. Maybe I'll go in the barbershop.
What was you doing?
If you want to be real,
What was you
be
doing on these
real.
streets, Jackie?
I was doing some things that wouldn't have me here today
Amen.
if I would have got caught.
Amen.
All
And
jokes
I'ma be
aside,
honest,
that's
I don't
we
want to
appreciate
shed light on them,
That's
but you got sense, common sense.
yeah.
It's telling you what
Yeah.
it was.
Real
You know
talk.
what I'm saying? And I got grandkids out there, so I got
Yes.
to tread lightly.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? You never know who's watching. But the things I was doing, I knew I wasn't supposed to be doing them, and I also knew that it's not gonna last forever.
Yeah.
What's the story? Jail,
Dead.
dead. That's it. There's never no good outcome in that. So my friend that was a barber, she used to say you should go to barber school. And in my mind, I'm like, I don't know how to cut. I did it.
You good?
I was like, I don't know
Don't
how to
worry.
cut hair. And she was like, that's why it's called school.
Ha.
And pretty much she was like, you can make almost the same kind of money. So in my mind, it was already that seed planted. So the more and more I'm going on in life, things happening, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Your friends dying, this
Yeah.
one locked up, this getting raided, this going on. It's like, okay, I got to really change my life. And I had a daughter at the time, so that was all the reason why I really had to make a U-turn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I did that, went and jumped in barber school full throttle. Never knew where it was gonna take me. I never had that mindset, oh, I wanna be a celebrity barber. I never had that type of mindset. But I did used to make jokes because, you know, back in the day, you know, Steve Harvey had the dopest line that we didn't know. It was like, what? Ever.
That technology, that wasn't even out back then, so we didn't know what the hell that was.
At all. All we knew, we trying to tap and get. You got his picture. So, you know what I'm saying?
And people sit down and say, I want that Steve Harvey hairline.
Right.
Man, and it's like, you got the hair, but we can't get that line like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So then I started using the Beijing. You guys remember the Beijing?
Yep.
So, you know, I got close to it, but still that Steve Harvey line. But the moral of the story, that was the closest I got to that joke. You know what I'm saying? But see, the power in your tongue plant seeds and manifest. And if you fast forward, I got Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? I didn't end up with Steve Harvey. But, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
But it wasn't one of those things where it was like, that was my journey of barbering to do that.
That wasn't your direction.
No.
It found you.
It found, I like that.
It means everything you're doing is what you're supposed to be doing. There's people trying to do what they think they see you doing, but they don't know all that's happening on the back end, and they don't know that was meant for you. You're supposed to be doing it. I ain't trying to preach, and I ain't asking for an amen. I'm just saying what I feel. And before we get to the Mayweather thing, because I'm pretty sure that's like the popular question everybody love to ask you, which we want to know that too, but we really do want to know more, Jackie. Where did iStyle come from?
I'm glad you asked that question.
Let's go.
So, going back to, I was in Minnesota, and...
Is that where you're from?
I was going to ask that. Yeah.
So I went to school in Minnesota, and I was a barber for a year. I went to visit Las Vegas, and it was in January. And as soon as I stepped off the plane, it was like, think about it, January in Las Vegas, the weather hit different.
Yeah.
So I'm an old country gal from St. Louis. I've never been nowhere.
Right.
Like, I mean, in the middle, but once I got on the West Coast, palm trees, sun shining, weather good, January, no snow. Like, that's where I gotta go. Bro, as soon as I hopped off the plane, I was like, I'm moving here. The people, again, the power of the tongue. The people I was with, they're like, you don't even know nothing about here. I say, I know it's sunny out. I know there's no snow. That's all I need.
That's what's up.
So they were like, yeah, right. I said, I'm moving here next year. It didn't happen the next year, but it happened the following year.
Go ahead.
So when I moved to Las Vegas, that lifestyle that I was talking about was getting darker and darker and darker. So I was like, all right, I really gotta go. So once I left, I called myself taking off for a year. Well, you gotta have a whole lot of money to take off for a year. And I thought I had a whole lot of money, but it wasn't a whole lot enough money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So once I did that, it was like, all right, it's time to get in the shop. You know, the powell is going like this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, I have to get in a shop. So I went to this shop, and it ended up being Mac. So you know the shop you was at over on that end?
Yeah.
You pass Hair Unlimited. That's the shop I started at.
Go ahead.
That's where Mike Tyson, everybody. If you guys would have stopped in there, you would have saw all the historical pictures of everybody you could think of.
When we come back in September, I want to pop up in there. Let's get some
hopefully
footage
he's
in there.
still alive, bro, for real.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he like 82 now.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But that would be my prayer. God say the same, that he would
Let's
still
go.
be alive.
Let's go.
Alive, you know, if you guys came. But yeah, it's a lot of history in that shop. So once I went to his shop for, you know, on a Saturday, just looking for somewhere to start on Tuesday.
Okay.
So he was like, it was a barber already there, but he didn't come to work that day. He kicked him out that day. He told him, go pack his shit. He said, excuse my language, that's what he said. He said, it's Saturday, and he's not here, he don't want his job. When I first walked up, Mike Tyson was standing right there on the curb. I couldn't even make this up. And you know, in 2001, Mike was hot.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
He was, look at his face. Mike was standing right there. So, you know, I'm like, what up, Tice? And I kept it moving. So when I went in the shop and you know, asked for the owner, I talked to him. We went in the back. He said, do you have a family? I said, I got a daughter. He said, okay, that's a reason to work, because now becoming a barber and the owner, I get what he's saying.
Your why. Give me your why.
Do you want this chair?
Yes.
Why you want this chair? And that's what I didn't get then that I got later.
Go ahead.
So once he gave me the chair, mind you, my mentality was still on the streets.
Yeah.
No game.
Where I came from.
Sorry, grandkids. She said,
What did you say?
I said, dope game. I said, sorry, grandkids.
He did.
This is the real.
I don't care about that.
It's about when they see what you are now, they know that.
I know that. I try to sugarcoat it, but come on, they know what it is. But anyway, so 51 hit. You know that?
No.
That age hit.
I'm gonna help you, Mike. Did you have a family?
Yes.
Your why? Let's
Did
go.
you have a family? And I said, I got a daughter. She's 11 years old. Mike said, what you think, Mike? He was like, hire the motherfucker. Literally.
Wait, he said how did?
Because we was all sitting in the back room.
Right.
So he asked Mike Tyson. By that time, Mike came in. You know, this is a process. You're in the shop, he cutting hair. You got to wait till he get done. We go to the back, sit down and talk. By that time, Mike come to the back, sit down and talk. So when he asked me these questions, you know, he was pretty much like, all right, I'll probably give you a shot. And then he asked Mike Tyson. He said, what you think, Mike? And Mike was like, fuck it, give her a chance. You know, pretty like, fuck it, hire her. Just like that. You know what I'm saying? And then I told him.
Your impersonation
real.
of Mike is funny.
That's what he said, man. I love Mike.
She put it on the list. She put it on. I seen it bottom.
Fuck it, hire. Get the motherfucker a job. Hey, for real.
Hey, but this is real. Classic.
This is in my book, though.
Okay, all right. Keep
all of this, because I had to tell my story.
Okay.
So after that, I told him, I was like, all right. I said, I can start on Tuesday. It was Saturday. He reared back in his chair, lit his cigarette. He said, is your hands broke?
Oh.
I had no idea what he talking about. I'm like, no. He said, is your feet working? I said, yeah. He said, well, goddamn it, we working today.
Yes.
That's how he did it.
Yes.
And I said, today? And he said, what, you live out of town still? Like, he really joking with me.
I like this.
So after that, he wanted me to go get the clippers, and I did. I went and got them, started up, and that's how it happened. And Floyd walked in. That was on a Saturday, like the 18th, somewhere in there, right before Christmas. And then Floyd walked in. And when he walked in, I wasn't watching boxing
Wait,
like that.
how far after did Floyd walk in?
After Tyson. Tyson was there in the day. This Saturday. This Saturday night. This Saturday night. You
are chosen.
No, for real. No, for real.
Okay.
I can't even make this up.
This is dope.
Yes, this is exactly how this happened. And this shop was popping. All the barber owners, they started from that shop. Matter of fact, he was one of the first black barber shops in this town.
Wow.
Big history.
And one more time, his name again.
Max Smith Jr.
Max Smith Jr.
Hair Unlimited.
Hair Unlimited.
Yep,
Okay.
since I think like 80, since 1980.
What happened with that cut with Floyd? What was that first cut?
So the craziest thing, when Floyd walked in, you know, he was real, dressed nice, Gucci, all of this. So the barber next to me, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know. No, this is a whole different day. So when I saw him over there, I didn't say nothing. I seen him. But he came back Tuesday. Because mind you, this pretty boy Floyd. So he got to cut Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's a whole new week. So Tuesday went somewhere. I know it was the next week, and it wasn't far from that Saturday. So when he came in there, it was a little slower, you know, really relaxed, laid back. So he walked up to me and he was like, "You're not from around here, huh?" Like that. And I was like, "No." He said, "You from the Midwest?" Like that. You know, I was like, "Yeah, how you know?" He said, "I could tell your swag." You know what I'm saying? So then after that, he said, "What's your name?" I said, "Jackie." Like that. And I was like, "What's your name?" And he just laughed and walked off. I don't even know if he remember this. For real. He just laughed and walked off and wouldn't even tell me his name. So I asked the guy next to me, I was like, who is that? He was like, nobody. But I guess, at that time, his confidence and arrogance, what they thought was confident. You know what I'm saying? So if you misconstrues the two, you will look at it for
different perspective. For sure.
Exactly. So and I'm like, nah, for real, who is that? And he was like, you don't watch boxing, do you? At the time, it was all, heavy hitters, Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, all of those names, but I didn't know who what is feather? The feather lightweight, I didn't know. And then he was like, that's Floyd Mayweather Jr. And I was like, oh, okay. So every time he came in, we good, we cool. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it moving, always speaking, whatever the case may be. So we became friends. One day the shop lights went off and he was in there and he was like, come on, go with me. All right, I left. That was the last time, bro. I left with him about 12, didn't get home till 2, 3 in the morning.
You serious?
You know it was problems when I walked through that door and somebody else was waiting.
Oh, he did the same move.
It was some serious problems because I'm just thinking, all right, we're going to go when the lights come back on. I'm coming back.
Yeah.
We went to doctor's appointment with them, Caesar's Palace shop. I'm talking about just going and going.
Damn.
And I knew right then and there, this life too fast for me because I came here to slow down. I just left that. And I had a daughter. See what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, I got to chill on that. Then I had somebody else at home that was like, where you was at? I don't believe it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I started cutting him, that happened too, just by default. So we kept in touch. We were friends. Easter, different occasions, he'll invite me and my daughter over to come with him and his family. He had a barber. So it wasn't about the haircut. It was about the friendship and the connection. So in 2009, now mind you, this is 2001 when we met. I got my own shop in 2004.
Okay.
So it was barely 3.5 years later. We still kept in touch. 2009, I just randomly called him. There was not a gap though. We would always randomly talk, but this particular time, I just randomly called. And he was like, Jack, you never been to my new house? And I was like, no. He was like, come over. I was like, all right. I said, I'll come after work. Like that, I said, where to come? He said, I said, I'll call you, when I get off. He said, no. He said, get on the 215, get off on Southern Highland, and then call me. Here's the thing though, you gotta understand the assignment. What did he say do when you get off?
Call him.
And I did just that. I got on the 15, got off at Southern Highland. I said, Floyd, I'm getting off on Southern Highland. And he gave me the direction through the gate, the whole 9. So I just went to visit. He was sitting outside on his porch and getting ready to go to the Brian McKnight concert. And his guy was out there. He was like, how many tickets? He was like, Jack, you want to go? And I was like, yeah. He said, you plus. I said, just me. And then I went to the Brian McKnight. We came back to his house. And he had some clippers. And he was like, kind of like shaking his hand. And I was like, want me help?
You got a barber right here, yeah.
And the clippers should have been in the garbage. But he's not tripping. He don't know how to protect the blade. So, I cut it real quick. And I was like, you should use a razor. And he was like, you know how? Yeah, I'm a barber. Like that. So he's like, okay, next time I call you, bring your razor. So maybe 2, 3 days later, call me. Jackie, can you come cut my hair, please, and bring your razor? That's how it happened. It wasn't would you be my barber? Can you be? None of that. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So that's how it started happening. And it went on like that for maybe about a year, all of 2009, because I started traveling with him in 2010.
Dope.
So that's how that relationship formed as business. But the friendship foundation was already laid.
We want to get more into your business moves next, but before we jump out of that, I'm picturing that initial meeting and then those next few years. What made him? I guess the way I want to ask this is, what made him even want to be? What was it about you that he said, I want to know you? Like, well, I know the Midwest thing. He said, I can tell you're not from here, but what started
I think,
that?
you know, when a person comes in a room and they walk through, you can just pretty much tell if they're a player. And and people misunderstand the word player for girls and men. No. You could tell a real player. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that know how to play life. You see what I'm saying? And I think he just felt that.
Game recognized game.
Pretty much.
I just wanted to get clarification because I felt like it had. I thought you were going to tell me you cut his hair, and I'm like, wait, I ain't heard nothing about no haircuts yet.
No.
So I just wanted to make sure. But that's dope.
Yeah, that's how it was.
Dope.
We was cool. He had a barber. You know, I wasn't gonna go and say, hey, get rid of him, let me cut. Because first of all, I didn't never want to mix the two, because we know those stories.
Yeah.
When you mix family business, friends business, you may lose a friendship. You can't lose a family member, but you can lose that relationship. So I wanted to keep it separated anyway.
Yeah.
You know, not that I wouldn't have, meaning as far as making the initial, hey, can I be your barber?
Yeah.
Hey, can I cut your hair? Why you got him cutting you if we friends? I don't do that.
We don't either, and I think the timing worked out better for you anyway. It allowed y'all to build.
It was God.
I was gonna say everything's been in his plan.
Yeah.
It wasn't your plan. You had a different plan.
And I'm gonna tell you something else how I know it was God, because I specifically asked God, if you let me make it out of Minnesota without getting killed and going to jail, I never ever touch that again. And I didn't.
That's so.
I kept my word, and he said, okay, well, I'm gonna give you this.
That's dope. Like you just inspired like multiple people just by sharing that testimonial. What made you open that first shop though? So quickly. What made you open that first shop?
I never wanted a shop. To be honest, the person I was with at the time opened the backup as a stylist. You know what I'm saying? And it was more like a situation where you married.
Yeah.
You guys married. It's almost like if your wife start another podcast.
Yeah. Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And she got the building, she got everything set up. You may not want to leave him, or he can go with you, but something gotta happen.
You gotta give.
Or I'm gonna do this without you, and now Johnny is over here with me helping.
Yeah.
Because you needed a master barber to run the front of the shop.
Gotcha.
So it was either my loyalty with Mac and his shop, or my loyalty over there and become my own, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't want the responsibility. Again, it was God, like, this is what I want you to do.
So now you got the shop open. I don't know how long is between that shop and opening up the other shop.
10 years.
And then you got a product line. So talk about how did that come about, and what are some of the items that's in your product line and other things that you have going on.
So how the product line came, you know, you have clients. When you have clients, you're using different products. You know, they don't like them. This is too oily. This is too gritty. No, I don't want that. Don't use it. And I'm not going to call no names of the products because I don't want to, shit on nobody brand or whatever. But it was more like, all right, so in my mind, one of my clients was like, why don't you come up with your own? You could do it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, it's funny you said that, because I thought about it, but sometimes you just think about it, but you never move forward with it. And that's kind of like how that happened. So the more and more I started tapping into my clients and doing it, the more and more I felt the need to create something, you know what I'm saying, that I know is going to work. So that's how the product line came about. You know? And I actually started working on it in 2011, but I had just started traveling with Floyd in 2010. So we all over the world, we having fun, we on the yacht, we on the jet. You know what I'm saying? Oh man!
I could see the experience in your eyes, the stories. It's just stories in the eyes, man.
It's been quite the journey. And the thing about it is, I always say this: what I witness in a day, most people won't witness if they live to get 100.
I believe that.
Man.
I'm being honest. I'm talking about how things can happen so fast with just a push up a button or pick up the phone or a voice like, hey, do this. I mean, just the excitement of it, you know?
Not bad.
And it was like that even now, you know. But the thing about it is, you gotta compartmentalize.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? This have to go in this compartment, and you gotta know when this is coming out and when that's not. I'm 51 years old now. You know what I'm saying? It was a little different when I was 41.
Yeah.
You know, time is ticking.
Yeah.
But it don't tick like it tick when you get 50, baby. It's a different tick going on over here. Do you hear me?
I know you.
Man, how do you?
I'm 52.
50. So you definitely know.
44.
Oh, you did tell me that.
Yeah,
When he said 52, I was like, okay, did I miss something? So, no, you for real. It's something about a half a century.
I can't look by telling you. I mean, I can't tell by looking. You don't
You
look.
said it right. I can't.
I can't look by telling. Yeah, I can't tell. Your energy is youthful. You know what I'm saying? And for you to be managing so much, and you just still have that go in you. I don't feel it, but I appreciate you sharing though. I don't think you really, unless I missed it, I don't think you really told me where the name Iced Out came from.
Oh, yes. So,
we were kind of getting there, but I didn't get the name.
So once I opened up the shop, I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, what's the name gonna be? You know what I'm saying? And everybody had the traditional Bob's shop, Don's shop, Ron, Susie and John's, all of that. And I knew I didn't want that, so I had to have something that just hit. And in the shop, as you guys seen, there was mirrors all around.
We seen yours too, the number
original.
one, Jackie. Yeah, that's dope.
You know what?
That was dope.
Every other barber had their name. I had the highest rate for turnovers in barber because I got 0 tolerance. So that's why you don't see other names. It became a point, man, a guy like Jackie, we just put this name up and you just taking it down. You put it up and I took it down at the end of the day.
Damn.
For real. So that's the reason you see that. It's not like it's up just because I'm Jackie.
No. We thought it was cool.
Yeah, and that used to be my station.
We figured that.
Yeah.
We figured it out.
Yeah, so that's how that happened.
All right, so the name.
So the name, I'm like, man, what can I call? I'm like, all I know, I want this joint to be iced out. You know what I'm saying? That's how it happened.
Simple as that.
Just like that.
That's
so
what I
then
wanted.
and I'm like, that's it. Iced Out Barbershop.
Dope.
That's exactly how it happened. And one of my good friends here, Marcus Allen, he owned Masterpiece. You guys made it to his shop yet?
No, but Level Up told us about it.
Antonio, he was telling us about
Antonio used to work. He started at my shop.
He
told us
shouted
all
you
that.
out in
He
his
loved you.
interview. He loved
I
you.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
I love him
he
too.
loved
You know, you know what he told me, which is so interesting. He said, "You the reason my work ethic is what it is today."
That's good work ethic.
He told me that
That's
because
fire.
one thing I don't play. If you're supposed to be there at 9, you shouldn't be walking through the door at 9. That's what Mac taught me. You're supposed to be behind the chair waiting. We couldn't even turn our clippers on until 9.
Oh, damn.
I remember one of my clients came early. Mac was in the back, smoking whatever. When he came out, he said, "I'm looking like what?" He said, "It's not 9 o'clock, darling." And I'm still like, I didn't get it. And he said, "We don't start here until 9 o'clock." It was real discipline.
Oh, he had order and discipline.
Oh, baby, order.
You was blessed
Order.
to get that kind of game.
Exactly.
He sound like a legend. Like I
told
want to meet him.
Man, I'm gonna give you another one.
Okay.
You know how all the barbers do today? Leave, don't say nothing, leave early or whatever. So I saw a couple of his barbers do that. So in my mind, shit, it's early. I'm gonna take off too. I'm probably a few months in at this time. Me and Mac cool. You know what I'm saying? I met him on a good note with Tyson. We laughing, we talking. And I left and I came back, you know, sitting in the chair. You know how we do. We leaned back. He leaned over the chair. He said, "The next time you leave early, take your clippers with you."
Ooh, I like Mac.
On me.
I like Mac.
Dog.
Gangster. I like this cat, man.
On me. And man, you could have saw the horns. I was so mad. Because look, I'm thinking I'm cool with you. Not separating business from friendship. I'm thinking they doing it. You not saying nothing. What's the problem? So I didn't say nothing. I caught him in the back later. I say, "Man, what's up?" I say, "Every time I do something, you on me." I said, I see these motherfuckers. Excuse me.
You good?
Oh, yeah. I see these cats doing everything. You don't say nothing to them. He did that number again. Smoked this, lit the cigarette, ran back in the chair. His exact words was, he said, "Now," that's his favorite word. He said, "Now, I see something in you." He said, "But if you don't want me to say nothing, I won't say shit else to you." Took a puff and walked straight past me. Left me standing right there.
Oh, I love it.
Look, I'm standing here. He already 5 feet, and I'm still standing.
Stuck.
Never left the shop early again. First one there, last one to leave.
Ooh, Jack, I felt that.
That had been instilled in me from then to now. So I can't change it.
That's dope.
I just can't change it. Oh, I went to school to be my own boss. Then you need to find somewhere you can be your own boss.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
No.
Your way don't work with what I already built in the system I got. So somebody got to go. You know who's not going.
Yeah.
Somebody got to go.
I like
know?
that.
Well, hey,
So that's where Antonio came from.
dope.
And he told me that. He was like, "Thank you, because I put that in early." And he kept it.
He said that too. He gave you your props.
I appreciate that.
I want you to know that we have certain people we set a mission out to not just meet, but to build a relationship with. And I feel like
I'm mad I didn't see y'all at the shop.
No, listen, but check this out though. I'm glad you feel that way. We're glad you feel that way because look what we just talked about with timing.
Yes, that's real.
We wanted it. We got the drone. We got it. Look, we got it. We
probably wouldn't have got this like this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, what I believe is timing, and I believe that when we come to do this in the future, now you have a taste for who we are. You have a taste for what we're bringing and what our motive is and the type of energy we have. We want to be more familiar with you. So we're big on not just meeting people. We don't want to walk around and say, "Oh, we met Jackie." No, we want to say we know Jackie. We want to say we're building a relationship with her. We want to say we're supporting what she does. So when you're doing things and we can repost it and help other people get exposure to it, that's what we're doing. So this worked out so good that I wish my phone, I could show you all the questions we really want to ask you.
You're not even asking.
But because we're having so much fun.
It's organic.
And it's organic. So if you ask me, what happened today, it showed us that we got so much more to learn about each other. And that just makes it even more fun to look forward to connecting with you again.
I appreciate it.
I really mean that.
Appreciate you, appreciate your time, appreciate what you do for our industry. And I tell you right now, I love your spirit.
Me too.
I love the type of person you are. I love your leadership. Just hearing how you lead, that inspires me to go back to
By
my
example.
shop.
You gotta lead by example.
Thank you.
Mac didn't though. But you know what he said? He said,
Mac didn't what?
Lead by example.
Oh,
Meaning,
gotcha.
no, he was on time, different things. He'll go in the back, do his little drink or smoke or whatever, and he'll say, "Don't do what you see, do what I say." And I'll say, "But you doing it." He said, "I've been in the game before you was born too." So in other words, what he was saying, I'm a made man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make you.
Damn.
You can't do what I do and build what you need to build.
Damn.
Yeah.
Before you cut out, first shout out to Mac, man.
Man, shout out to Max Smith Jr., shout out to Las Vegas, shout out to all the barbers that's out there turning on clippers, doing their
Come
things,
on.
and the ones that's not going in and turning them on. Shout out to you because you thought about doing it. You know what I'm saying?
And listen, before we go, we want to make sure that if there's anything you have coming up, anything that you have that you are micro-focused on that we need to let people know about, this is the time. Please let them know.
So I want you guys to know that the Las Vegas Barber Expo is September the 17th. My partner Jay Majors and I, we had to bring it back. It was such a nice turnout. 18 and 19, the pandemic hit and said no. But 2023, we said we gotta bring it back and open the door up to again for the West Coast. So that's something that's coming up. I just did it. That's just
It's
something
all
that's
good.
coming
It's
up.
all good.
And then, I have a book that's coming out. And what else? I can tell you everything today. I won't have nothing to tell you tomorrow.
Amen.
No,
So I can't give you everything.
I'm sorry to call you a liar, but I think that's a lie because you don't move normal. I think you always got something that's gonna be coming up. But that's good for today. And we
I got
appreciate
6
your time.
grandkids.
Wow.
Damn.
And all of them, even the little babies say iced out,
Hey.
And I don't even just tell them. They be like, they call me Gaga. because the first one couldn't say grandma, so she started saying Gaga. It's God, you know. Come on, that would have cramped my style. Like, hey, grandma. So now they say Gaga.
You like, that'll work.
Yeah, that'll work.
That'll work.
You know, yeah, that'll work. So now they say Gaga, and they be like, Gaga, you know, we got to stay iced out. You know, so.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, we've been to one expo. We planning to come back in September.
Appreciate it.
We're gonna talk to you in advance to figure out what capacity we need to be there in, because we know you're gonna do it big. We
Appreciate
love
that.
bringing this type of thing out to the events. But if there's another capacity we need to be in there, we just want to be in the building for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes.
I appreciate
All right, y'all. Iced out. The one and only.
Jay Starr.
Looking at every damn camera. Make sure y'all see this. Much love, much success.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.